Hello my crafty friends, how are you? I hope you are well. Corrine here from Corrine's Crafts. I hope everyone is well and is having a great weekend. Right, now my card today is a second example of how to meet my colour challenge. I'll just put the thing down. My colour challenge for September. Isn't that a perfect match? Absolutely gorgeous. But I also wanted to use my new set of funky fossil stamps. I got those today. So I'm going to show you how to make this stunning card where all the dimension is in the imagery rather than, so it's going to be a lovely one to fold flat. I've made this 6.5 inches, the final card base, but you can make it whatever size you want. And it's so adaptable. Most of that I've made myself, so you're going to be able to make it yourself too. So let's have a look at how I made it. This project that I'm putting together sort of covers quite a few different topics that I want to cover. Now, as you'll notice, on the 1st of September, I launched my colour challenge for September with this beautiful colour palette, the blue, green, yellow, pink and purple. So the first card I made was this one, and I used some gorgeous inks behind, and then I used my alcohol pens, and I got the colours there that I used across here. Isn't it pretty? So pretty. A couple of different heights and the gorgeous flowers on there. So I thought, I want to make a card, and I wanted to make a card to show you a new stamp set that I'd got. I got a stamp set from Funky Fossils. They actually only arrived yesterday, I think it was. I got their £15 clearance bundle, and this was one of the items that came. Quite a few. I got some stencils, I got some paper, got loads of lovely bits and pieces in it. But straight away I wanted to use this. I was going to use this hair, but it was a little bit big for this project that I was going to do, so I'm actually going to use just some of the grasses, but I will come back to it as well. So I just want to show you. So I thought I would make a project that meets my colour challenge. So let's just bring, where have I just put it? So let's just remember my colour palettes. Let's just put it there so that you can see it as I'm creating. Okay, so I've taken a piece of watercolour card, 5.5 inches square, and I've just put my first piece of masking tape across the middle. This is just some masking tape I got from Amazon. I have a roll that's thinner than this, and I really wanted to use that, and I can't find it anywhere. I don't know what I've done, but never mind. Okay, so we've got that one on first, and then I'm going to start putting some other bits on as well. So let's just go, once we've done that, I'm going to get some bits, and I'm going to come just randomly. There's not going to be any pattern. I really don't, what I want most is no symmetry. So I'm just going to rip it off, or cut it off if that one doesn't want to rip this time. So I'm just going to cut it off there. I'm going to do another one. Let's do another one just here. I'm trying to make them fairly square. I mean, you might have a stencil that you could do something like this with. I don't know. So yeah, see what you've got. Let's come across and make a sort of rectangle shape just there. The great thing about this is you can't go wrong. You just do it however you want. So I don't want those to line up, so let's do another one, a little skinny one across here. I'm coming to the end of the page, but I'm actually going to protect the end, and then let's do another one just here, just trying to make sure all of the lines are parallel, and then you might not see much of it, but we'll just put one in just there. That's that corner sort of done, and I'm just going to build it up in a similar sort of way. So I'll just carry on. I might speed this bit up a little bit for you and just keep adding these so you can see what I'm doing. I think that will do. So I've just put that. I'm not pressing down overly hard. When I start to blend, they will they will stick down. So I've put those on there. So the next thing I'm going to do is I've taken a piece of craft card, and this is just slightly under my 5.5, very slightly. When I lay it down, you'll see, look, I can just see the white outline. And the reason I did that is if I go bigger, then I won't be able to see that I've got the circle centered. So I've actually got the wider. There was 3 rolls in this. This is really annoying me. I've been round and round my craft room, and you know what's going to happen? I'm going to finish this video. As I press stop, my really fine roll of masking tape is going to come out, isn't it? It's just bound to. Okay, so I'm just taping those down. So all I did, it wasn't even my largest circle in my set of circles. I've just cut that out so I can use that for something else. So remember these colours. So I'm going to bring in some inks. I'm just going to move that. Oh, move so you can see. So I've got 5 inks, and you can see the green, the yellow, the pink, the blue, and the purple. My colour challenge is all about roughly the colour, not necessarily completely the colour. So I'm just going to use these. I've got my 5 blending brushes. I only own 5. And we're just going to add some ink. And the stencil's going to, so it's going to be masked off and stenciled at the same time. Yeah, we're going to see how this goes. So let's just start applying some colour. If you're at all worried about blotching, just tap it and give it some tap. Now, I don't want to go too strong, and you'll see why in a minute. So I'm going to come down here. And I love this, having this on here. So remember, what we tend to do first is we just sort of mask out the area, don't we? And mark out the area, you know, and see where we're going. And just add them on. I really want them to blend over each other and really come together. You will actually be surprised at how quickly it fills up the area. So don't put too much on to begin with. You can always come back and extend the areas if you've got lots of space left, which I think I'm going to have with this one. But I'm just trying to sort of map it out roughly. Oh, I've gone over there. I didn't want that to happen. Never mind. That's the only thing you have to be careful is because it's a slightly bit smaller. If you go right off to the edge, you've got to be careful. There we go. Let's put that on. And you can see straight away that's pulled in a little bit of the pink already. Let's bring a little bit of the green in. Let's come down here with the green. And all the time I'm going back to my colour challenge and just using the colours that were in that challenge, which are absolutely beautiful colours. So I've got those on. I need my 5th colour, which is my purple. I'll pick that one up now, and this one can be a bit blotchy, so I need to be careful. See where I've got some gaps. And just remember not to be too heavy. So sometimes you can go over colours to blend them together. I could do a bit of purple just here. You see, I didn't think I was going to fill this up, and now all of a sudden it looks really full of the colours, isn't it? I'm not too concerned about the purple because we're going to actually bring in the purple in another way. So let's just keep it like that. I'm just going to put some of the other colours on. I'm just going to blend them in. And if they're a little bit too pale, there we go. Just make sure they're lovely and blended. And then it comes in. Now, you don't need to do this stencil if you don't want to. This was just a little bit that I thought looked quite nice. That's entirely up to you. Obviously, all of it's up to you. You make it how you want. But I just thought this is fun. And I also think it's quite fun sometimes for me to do projects that aren't die cutting. I know I've die cut that out, but, you know, essentially we're not doing die cutting on this. Okay, so before I lift that up, let me just put these back on most of them. I'm going to leave that one off. So the next thing I'm going to do is bring in, you've seen me use this so many times. It is an old faithful, isn't it? So it's my dotty stencil. I'm going to lay that over. So we've got card, we've got masking tape, we've got a stencil, and now we've got another stencil. Wow. So it's all about adding that texture. So I'm just going to blend over the top in a couple of places, bring in that purple. And remember, you don't need much ink because it travels on your stencil really well. And let's bring that down here. I just want to give that impression of the dots, going lighter into the middle, just working them around the edge, but not too heavy. I can even go over a little bit like that, and then you can see, look at that. Oh wow, this is going to look amazing. I've got a couple of projects in my head doing this sort of technique, so please be expecting a few more. So let's do that. Look at that. Now that's quite like a solid circle. If you wanted it much softer, I'm going to show you one that I prepped without that stencil. Then you choose which one you prefer and you can do it your way. So then you lift this off and then you can see that. Right, I'm just going to lift this off. I'll speed it up a bit while I peel these off very gently so as not to rip the card. This isn't my expensive one, so I do have to be careful. And there we go. How about that? Doesn't that look amazing? I am loving that. It's come out so well. Isn't that beautiful? Right, let's crack on with the next bit. Stamping platform, whichever stamping platform you want to use. This is my personal stamping platform of choice. Now we're going to start playing with this wonderful Funky Fossil set of stamps. So I'm only going to use tiny little bits from it. So I'm going to use these gorgeous grasses, which work really well with this, and the sentiment. Listen to the whispering of the tall grasses. I love that. And I'm going to put that down there. Oops, I want it to go through there. There we go. Put that like that. Now I've used a water-based ink. And didn't really talk about the inks. You could be using any inks that you want to use for this. I wouldn't particularly be using your pigment inks because they're more for your heat embossing, but you know, your oxides, your chalk-based inks, anything like that, all of those would work absolutely perfectly for this. So there's a lot of circles in this. Although it's on a square card, it's very circular, so we're going to follow through with that in a minute and just really make the most of that. I often stamp twice or 3 times. I think you get a better finish. This is why I like my platform. And then you can see on here, you can see how it's coming out. And I love this. This is the archival black ink. It's permanent and it's waterproof, so you know it'll work really well against that. So I've got, actually those look really good, don't they? Happy with that. Right, we're going to leave that as that. Take those off. And then I just wanted something up at the top. And I'm going to just go with, because we've got circles, I'm just going to go with this circle. And I'm not going to worry too much about that. I'm just going to do one ink with that because they're like hand-drawn circles. If you haven't got something like that, you could just get fine liner and draw these on. Just a bit heavier than that. There we go. Having said that, yeah, they're not quite. I've gone a bit too fine, haven't I? You see, it's all about being adaptable. Okay, that'll be perfect. And that is my card topper. Isn't that beautiful? If I bring back my colour palette, it's a completely different way to represent those colours, but it does it equally as well. Okay, so I'm just going to show you. This is the one we've just made. This is the one I did the practice with. It's entirely up to you. So I've done exactly the same thing, but on this one, I didn't put the stencil round. Now, I just sort of roughly followed, but you can see it's not as controlled. And I did try to do a little bit of faux bleaching, but I didn't like it. I like this one. It's up to you if you want to do it this way, do it that way, whichever one you want. And then I've just got some mats and layers. I'm going to start from the bottom. So my card base, let me make sure my hands are clean. My card base is 6.5 inches. And I've just got a piece of pink cardstock, which I thought really picked up that completely. You could cut the centre out of this if you wanted to save, or you could just be using one of your other just plain ones, because we're not really going to be able to see that. Well, you're not going to be able to see the pattern at all, but I like the hint of the pattern, if that makes sense. So I've got my card the right way up. As always, I will be doing a 10-fold card. That's just my choice, card of choice. You do what you want to do. So I'm going to put that on there. I had thought about doing a shaped card, but I've covered a lot of topics in this. I thought that might be a little bit too many topics to cover in one. I'll maybe try and think about doing a shaped card base in the next one. Talking about the monthly challenge, I hope you've seen the video. I will link to the monthly colour challenge video at the end of this. Please don't forget to subscribe to my channel, because you will then see all of the content when I do. But wasn't the gorgeous winner this month, Elle, her cards were gorgeous, absolutely beautiful. Right, so I'm going to do that, and now I'm going to do this onto here. So I just thought framing it in black would be beautiful. There we go. We can put that onto there. I'm just going to see, because the glue's wet, it's just moving. You can just, the great thing is it can move it back from whence it came. There we are. I'm going to turn that over and just put a little bit of my Sticks to foam tape on. You've seen me use this so many times. There we go. Oops. Just pop in a little bit foam tape on the back. Put that in half, whatever's left. Put that on there. Pokey tool you'll always see me use, that Wayne made for me. Absolutely gorgeous. I think I've linked to this on every single tutorial that I've done. I've never missed one without putting in a link to his pokey tools, which I believe he now sells on Hobby Maker. Right, so take that across there. Oops. Pop that on there. So we've now got that glue, then just gives me a little bit of wiggle room, and that goes on to here, and then I don't know what that is. There we go. That is looking absolutely gorgeous, just as it's mine, just because I've got a little mark there. Where's my glue eraser? There it is. If you get a little mark like that, there, it's gone. Oh, that's perfect. The glue erasers are amazing. They just get rid of any little marks like that. And the final little bit I just want to do, as it's one of my projects, just to add a little bit of dimension, try turning it the right way over, Corrine, is to add in a few little, why am I trying to do it with that when I've got a tool that does it properly? There we go, tweezers. If you've got a tool, why not use them, Corrine? I don't know. Let's put a couple of dimensional gems, just like that, and then just do a bigger one down there. And that is all I'm going to do. Bit different, not so much physical dimension, but is the word artistic dimension? I don't know, creative dimension. So we've created the look of dimension. Isn't that really pretty? Absolutely gorgeous, and inspired totally by my Funky Fossil £15 sale bag. I will link to it. I think they might be sold out, but I'll try and link to it so that if they come back, you'll be able to get it. You get between £50 and £60 worth of products for £15. So yeah, worth getting, and you get some great items. So there you go. That's my card. My second one in my colour challenge after the first one that we launched earlier this month. So I hope you like that. Please don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to join in with my colour challenge. And until next time, happy crafting, and I'll see you very soon. Bye for now.